Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is another air fryer recipe, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the previous one. I got a lot of feedback. If you have not seen that video, it was my chicken empanada air fry recipe. Yes, I will put a link in the description box and also on the screen, so you guys feel free to check it out. So today is another air fryer recipe, also from my air fryer cookbook. Yes, and it's gonna be my coconut shrimp recipe. Guys, this is my crowd pleasing, the almighty show stopping coconut shrimp recipe. And it is not deep fried, it was made in my air fryer. So if you're a fit fam, or you just are very conscious of what you eat and try to cut down on that grease like I am trying to do, then this video is definitely for you. You want to keep on watching, okay? So a quick disclaimer before we start: this is not a sponsored video, okay, but sponsors are welcome. I am just sharing my personal experience, and I use the Power Excel air fryer. Yeah, the Vortex, I believe that's the model. It came with this recipe book, and this is where I got my inspiration from. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. For this recipe, I will be using this black tiger shrimp. Yes, this is 1 pound. If you're in the US, I got this from Aldi. I like to use this big one because it just looks so pretty for presentation. For this amount of shrimps, you would need ½ cup of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. That is what I have in here. And remember, I am using 1 pound of shrimps. You would need 1 cup of Panko breadcrumbs. Now, you want to make sure that you're getting the Panko breadcrumbs because it has that rough consistency, so it's going to give you all the crunch that you need. So I highly recommend the Panko breadcrumbs. You would also need 1 cup of coconut flakes. Now, this is the particular one that I buy. You can buy any type. Just make sure that it is the unsweetened coconut flakes. You would also need some eggs to act as a base for your coating. I started off with 1, but I ended up using 2. So you need 2 eggs for this quantity. And my own twist, I decided to spice it up and add some garlic powder for more flavor. Also some paprika. This is going to add to the flavor and also enhance the color at the end. I'm also going to season with some black pepper and salt to taste. Feel free to use any seasoning of your choice. Now to get started, I'm going to go ahead and clean my shrimps. This shrimp is already deveined, as you can see. So I'm just peeling it off, but you want to make sure that you leave the tail part on because it looks really pretty with the tail on when you cook it, and it also acts as a grip for you to hold it while working with the shrimp. So I'll leave the tail on. And another step that I'm going to take is to butterfly the shrimp, and all you want to do is just cut through with that flesh, but don't cut it all the way out, so you don't want to separate it. Just look at what I'm doing in the video, and all I'm doing is just to butterfly the shrimp, and you would see how this is going to end up. You just want to set it like that. That way when you're frying it, you're going to fry it just that way, and it will be so presentable. Guys, if you serve this to any guests or your loved ones, they would always come back. If you have that coconut lover, the seafood lover in your life, I'm telling you, this is the perfect starter, the perfect appetizer for Valentine's. Try it and come back to thank me, okay? And our shrimp is nice and clean, and I patted it dry with a paper towel. This is what it looks like. So now it's time to go ahead and marinate it. So I'm adding my salt to taste. And this is my black pepper. If you have the fresh one, just go ahead and grind it right there. It tastes even better. You're also going to put in some of that paprika. If you also have smoked paprika, go ahead and use it. I think the taste is really, really nice. And goes in my garlic powder. You can also use ginger powder, basically any type of seasoning that you want. Yeah, now I'm just gonna go ahead and rub all that seasoning in and get it evenly distributed. And then that is it for the shrimp. I'm gonna put it away and get on with the rest of the prepping, and we will get back to it. You can put it in the refrigerator, by the way. Now in a separate bowl, I'm gonna add in the Panko breadcrumbs and also add in my coconut flakes. Remember, the ratio of coconut to breadcrumbs is 1 to 1. So in case you want to double the recipe, just have that in mind. Now I'm gonna crush some fresh black pepper. That elevates all the flavors. Now the reason why I'm seasoning this is that I don't want it to be bland, so I'm gonna season this as well. Basically just the same stuff that I put on the shrimp. Then just give it a good mix. Make sure that all the spices are well incorporated, and then you don't have too much concentration of one thing on one side. Now in another bowl, we're gonna mix the flour and the cornstarch because we're gonna be breading this shrimp. So I need to prep everything separately, and you will see how it's all gonna turn out at the end. Again, I don't want it to be bland, so I'm just adding enough seasoning to all of this. So just be mindful of the salt that you're putting in if you're going to season all your different dips that you're going to be using for your shrimp, just FYI. And the last thing to do with the prepping is to go ahead and beat the egg. Again, I used 2 eggs for the recipe, and we are ready to get started. This is a marinated shrimp that has been sitting in the refrigerator. Now you're gonna grab one of the shrimps. First, it goes into the flour mixture. You want to make sure that it is well coated. Now we all know that flour and anything that is fried or breaded goes perfectly together. So first it goes into the flour and then it goes into the egg. The egg is going to act as an adhesive so that the breadcrumbs and the coconut flakes will easily adhere to the shrimp without any issues. So yes, that's what we're doing right here. And then after that, we're going to move it into the breadcrumbs. And as you can see, I am getting the breadcrumbs and coconut flakes all through. You want to pat it at some point. I'll go ahead and pat it down so that it can take up as much as possible, because that is what is going to create that crunchy coconut shrimp that we're looking for. So that's basically all I'm doing. This is exactly what you want it to look like at the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly finish the rest of the shrimps using the same process, and I will be back. And here we go. Yes, I have finished the first batch. I am doing it in batches because you do not want to overcrowd your air fryer. So I still have that much left. So we're going to start with this first batch. Now this is what my air fryer looks like, and I'm going to be using the shrimp settings, and it cooks at 320 degrees. Now the first thing I want to do is to preheat it for 3 minutes. So I'm going to turn down the cooking time to 3 minutes and let it preheat before I start air frying my shrimps. And 3 minutes later, it is nice and hot and ready. So I'm going to go ahead pull out the basket. You can deep fry this, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and spray some olive oil. Now, if you want to get extra coconutty and go all out, you can use coconut oil. I did not have any at home, so I'm just using olive oil to spray the bottom of my air fryer so it doesn't stick. Then you want to lay the shrimps individually. Do not lay them on top of each other. That's why I did them in batches. Give the shrimps another coat of that olive oil spray again, and then into our air fryer it goes. Now we're cooking we're just using the regular shrimp settings, which is 12 minutes, exactly what the recipe says. I was surprised because most of the time I have to change the cooking time, but 12 minutes was perfect. Now halfway, 6 minutes into cooking, we're gonna take it out, and what we want to do is just flip it over so that the other side, the bottom part, can also get that even cook. Now as you can see guys, this is looking so beautiful. Can you see the difference that the butterfly method does to the shrimp? It is looking so beautiful. Tell me what guest or what shrimp lover would you serve this and they would not want it, except if you don't like coconuts maybe. So I have flipped all the shrimps around. Now I'm going to put it back into the air fryer to finish cooking because we still have another 6 minutes, and this is the perfect time. Once it comes out guys, you will have the perfectly cooked coconut shrimps, crunchy, delicious, and really appetizing. There you go. This recipe acts as a really nice starter, and just look at that up close. See why I said leave the tail on? It looks really pretty, and you can see that you can see all that coconut through it. Really delicious guys. I hope you give this a try. If you like shrimps, please give it a try. Now for my dipping sauce, all I did was whip up some ranch, some ketchup, and hot habanero sauce, and it was so delicious. It was so good. So you can go ahead and serve it with any sauce of your choice. And you know, we're gonna do a taste test guys, and this is what it looked like. That one bite, man, it took everything in me to take that thumbnail because I constantly had to pop my husband's hands to not touch it because I had to take a thumbnail. It is that good guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me know that you like this kind of videos, and also let me know in the comment section below what kind of recipes you will want to see from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you stay safe, and again, Mensa Queen loves you. I will see you in my next video. Bye.